So, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan back at it again. So, like I've been saying, these videos are basically about guidance. Like when I was younger and transitioning to adulthood, I didn't really have guidance. So, I made a lot of bad decisions and ultimately wasted 12 years of my life. And I don't want to see other people do that. So, I just like to give like guidance. So, me and my friend were laughing and we were laughing at Darman. And if anybody knows who Darman is, Darman makes these like 15, 20-minute videos where it's like lessons on how to treat people. Like, let's say somebody is mean to a homeless person, and then the homeless person gets a good job and makes all this money, and he meets and the other guy who was mean to him ends up down on his luck, and then the homeless man sees he's down on his luck, and the homeless man is not homeless anymore and got all this money, and he's like, well, I'm not helping you or whatever because you weren't helping me or something, stuff like that. And the thing about Darman videos is they are so cheesy. Oh my god! Like, I can't finish a lot of Darman videos because one episode he had made was like this guy is monitoring his daughter's prom, and the daughter starts pouring liquid out of flask, and the dad's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, it's energy drink." Okay, and then the daughter has a friend who's offering her pills. The dad's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, they're not drugs. They're pills to help me with the headache that you've been causing." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then the daughter dances too close with this boy. "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, he's gay or whatever." And the dad's like, "Oh, okay." So the point is, it's like he's basically he's basically like talking about how you need to give people space and not be so quick to jump on people and judge people. But it's like super corny. But then I realized, you know what? He's doing a good thing for people because he's putting out a good message. And so, you know, sometimes people want to see that because they need that kind of guidance in their life. And so props to Darman because he's doing something positive, even though his videos are super cheesy. But I can understand why people like it because it's like everything we watch is nasty and grimy and hip hop culture and I can see how those videos are an escape because it's kind of like they're like suburban and the people dress nice and very neat and clean and speak eloquently, and so it's escape from the hip hop culture. So I can see why a lot of people like it. It's the same with anime. It's like the anime is so weird, oh my god, but I liked some of it back in the day, and I can see why a lot of people like it because a lot of anime is about like cute school kids who are dressed neat and clean, and they go to school in a neat and clean environment. They have neat and clean stationery, and they be talking very eloquently and nicely, and you know they're very good socially, and people are like, wow, that's a fantasy. I want to be like that. So it's not always about like girls who are dancing around in bikinis and showing off their big boobs awkwardly like a lot of people will. A lot of it is like that, but but there's a lesson to be learned from it. I don't watch that anymore. I haven't watched anime in years, but there's a lesson that some people get out of it. And it's the same with religion. People try to hate on religion all the time, but it's kind of like, you know, I feel like I've always been religious, and now I've been an Orthodox Jew for almost 10 years, and so I like it because it's like it's very therapeutic. You always feel like God is helping you out, whatever you're doing. God is always looking out for you. Plus, you can meet people, make friends. It's a form of entertainment on Saturdays when I go to synagogue, as well as of course, free food. Everybody likes free food, but that's not the only reason I go because I actually like God and being religious. And a lot of times, you can go on trips and or do these cool activities or holiday. It's fun. It's fun. Even though a lot of people have their feelings about it, it's fun. So I'll give you a story from my life, and this is why you should just judge people, and you should let people do what they like, because there's a reason why they like what they like. You know, I already told you that story where I got basically had to leave the Japanese program because I was acting like a fool and pissing people off and failing out of my classes. So I had to leave the Japanese program. And I was so depressed that summer. And one day I was taking summer class. At the beginning of summer, I was taking summer class and I met this little Chinese girl. And literally, she looked like a little goblin. Like, not playing, she looked like a little goblin. She was this cute little goblin that was just like, oh, hi, blah, blah. I'm not going to say her name, whatever. And the thing was, I didn't have no friends and I needed an emotional support. So I'm like, all right, I'll chill with the little goblin. So we used to hang out, and I'll never forget this. We used to hang out Chinatown in San Francisco like every day. And we used to walk around and go get noodles and go get go get dim sum and just hang out and walk around Chinatown and sit in the park. And I'd cry about what was going on in my life, and she would cry about what's going on in her life. And I used to just kick it with that little goblin. I used to love that little goblin. Like that was my little gizmo. Like for real. I used to love. I still. It was so fun kicking it with her, and a lot of people, you know, they were like, "You need to man up and figure out what you're gonna do with your life, or you need to stop hanging around Asian girls, or stop hanging around Asian people." And they just did not get it, but like I got something out of it. Like it didn't matter if she was Chinese. It didn't matter that she looked like a little goblin. At that time, I needed that in my life. But I'll give you a side story, really funny. She had this friend, and so my homeboy was single, so I was gonna try to hook him up with the friend. So we went on a double date, but it turned out her friend wanted to go take the double date to a clinic so she could get an STD test and a pregnancy test because she did something stupid with a dude that night, the night before. So my friend, he was so pissed. He's been mad at me ever since that. But I didn't know that was gonna happen. But no, back to the story. I love that little like I love that little goblin. That was my little gizmo. And we used to just go to Chinatown every day and kick it. And she really helped me out with emotional support. Like everybody had abandoned me. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're not black enough," and then you got almost got kicked out of school and dropped out of school because you were being stupid. We don't like you. Nobody likes you. And she was the only one that actually came to my rescue and spent like 3 months with me, giving me the emotional support I needed and helping me out. So props to the little goblin. I can't say her name, but wherever you are, thank you, Gizmo. I love that little goblin to death. But no, true story. She was actually a person. She was actually a little Chinese girl that I used to hang out with. But anyway, the point of this video is things are gonna be cheesy and people are gonna like what they like, and you're not gonna a lot of people aren't gonna understand why people like what they like. But some things, even though they're cheesy or even though they're annoying, they are actually positive and bring positivity to people's lives. And so if people want to watch a Darman video, you just gotta let them watch their damn Darman videos if it brings positivity. If people want to watch anime and it helps them be neat and clean or polite or whatever, you gotta let them do that. You gotta just let people be whatever religion they feel brings positivity in their life, because it helps them out and just brings some positivity in the world. All right, so that's it. I'm Jonathan. I'm out, y'all. Peace.